What's up, basketball fans? It's your boy NotZay, and today we will be talking about Collin Sexton, the 6'3", 190-pound point guard out of Alabama. Collin boasts a 6'6.5" wingspan. Right now he's averaging 20.5 points, 3.6 rebounds, and 3.5 assists per game, and he's next in line of the college point guards with flash-like speed, such as the Walls, the Westbrooks, the Derrick Roses, and the De'Aaron Foxes. First, I want to get into the most interesting part in Collin's game, and that's his offensive ability. And he's really at his best when he's slashing. He gets to the rim at will. He has a tendency to drive left, but yet he has the ability to go right. Plus, he can get to the lane out of ISOs or pick and rolls with that burst of athleticism. As I said, he's one of the more quick twitch athletes in this draft. And right now, he's doing a really good job of not turning the ball over, since he has a high usage percentage of 31.6 and a turnover percentage of 11.3, meaning he's taking a lot of shots and the offense is running through him, but he's not turning the ball over very much, which is very good for an NBA level point guard, because the NBA is just going to get bigger, stronger, the defenders are going to be smarter, and if he's not turning the ball over now, I hope he won't be able to do that at the next level. He's really explosive. He gets past his defenders at will, but he has a super tight and fast handle, which will do him well at the next level when guards are really going to be on top of him because they know he has that shooting ability. So he's going to be hard pressed to get by guys, and that quick handle will serve him well. Sexton is really good at using screens, which is very hard for college point guards to get a grasp of, which is the pick and roll. He always makes the right pass. He knows when to split and when to reject the screens, and usually takes it to the rack with much success. Yet he can make passes in the pick and roll, even though people label him as not a passer since he's averaging that 3.5 assists per game. But he doesn't really have a respectable dive man or enough shooters to fully utilize his strength in the pick and roll. And in the pick and roll, when the big commits to him in fear of a mid-range jumper, he's more than capable of making a pass over the top, but he's not some prolific passer. However, Alabama isn't stacked with shooters, and the talent around him is suspect. So possibly in the NBA we could see him getting to around 5 or 6 assists per game, because the talent level is just that much better, because Alabama, they're just the only other talent on that roster is pretty much John Petty. And against NBA level big men like Ristich and Ayton, which were on the same team, Collin dropped 30 on them, and he had a pretty bad game against Mohamed Bamba, which is one of the more freakishly athletic / long big men in NCAA. So I don't really see that being a problem, since he did drop 30 and attack the rim relentlessly against the Twin Tower duo DeAndre Ayton and Ristich. So I really see his driving ability projecting to the next level. He'll be able to get to the rim at will, and he should have no problem finishing down low. The relentlessness that Collin uses to get to the basket, it's kind of amazing. It reminds me of Westbrook a lot. He does a great job of drawing fouls, and he gets around 9 free throws per game, which is amazing. That's 9 free points basically, and he's shooting 77% from the free throw line. So those are high efficiency shots for him, and he converts on them often. So in one of the more weird games this college season, Collin played 3-on-5 basically, and we really got to see him play against double teams, and he's very able to split the double teams and get open versus double teams, as seen versus Minnesota in that 40-point 3-on-5 explosion. And without 2 players near the rim, which were big men, their big men really clog up the rim for him, he got to the rim a lot easier. So that's showing me that with more spacing on an NBA roster, like let's say the Orlando Magic, who have Aaron Gordon and Nikola Vucevic, who can space the floor, he'll have an easier time getting to the rim. And speaking of the Magic, I really hope my Magic draft Collin. But that's another video for another day. And like I said, he had that Westbrook-like attacking ability, and he shows the ability to shoot off the dribble. He can score from 3, mid-range, and at the rim. He's not really a ball hog. He's shown the ability to kick out to open shooters and dump off passes to bigs. But the reason why he's taking so many shots and has so little assists is basically, like I said earlier, the talent around him isn't that good. So the coach Avery Johnson, which was a 16-year NBA point guard, they want him to shoot the ball more, and his job really isn't to facilitate, it's for him to get buckets and get them wins. He assists on 25% of Alabama's points regardless, so that's a pretty good assist percentage for a guy surrounded with no talent whatsoever. And next, I want to talk about his driving ability, which opens up his shooting, where he hits 42% on his 38 attempts this season. He has a range a few feet behind the college three-point line and projects to be a good three-point shooter due to him shooting 77% from the free throw line, like I said, 42% from three. He's not great from mid-range, but the 28.9% that he shoots from mid-range would be much improved with better shot selection, and developing an elite mid-range game would make him a deadly shot creator. And he's really not that great on catch and shoot, but his quick trigger from three and off the bounce should really make up for that, because as a point guard, you're really not going to be playing too much off ball anyway, and the ability to just shoot off the bounces is a lot more valuable for a point guard. He can adjust his shot in midair for on his layups and stuff like that, but he's still a little bit too weak, and he has shown the ability to pick up muscle, seeing he picked up around 10 pounds of muscle since high school, and if he can get around 200 pounds, which is about how much Westbrook weighs, he should be solid on driving to the basket at the next level. Next, I kind of wanted to compare Collin's statistics to other quick twitch one and done point guards such as John Wall, Derrick Rose, Markelle Fultz, Lonzo Ball, De'Aaron Fox, and Dennis Smith Jr. And I was going to compare their offensive ratings, their usage percentage, their assist rate, their turnover percentage, free throw rate, and their three-point percentage. First, Collin has the highest offensive rating of all of these point guards besides Lonzo Ball at 120.3. Wall has 108. D Rose had 111.8. Markelle Fultz had 113.6, Fox 110.7, Ball 129.5, which is significantly more than Collin, but Collin on the other hand is significantly higher than everyone else. And then Dennis Smith Jr. had 109.5. Then I want to talk about that usage percentage. Collin is at 31.6%, John Wall had 27.3, D Rose 27.2, Markelle Fultz 31.6, which matches identically with Collin's usage percentage, so I really want to compare those two to see who really outperformed too. Fox had a 27.8, Ball had a 30.1, and Dennis Smith Jr. had a 28.2. Comparing assist rates, Collin 25.1, Wall 34.8, D Rose 30.4, Fultz 35.5, Fox 28.6, Ball 31.4, Dennis Smith Jr. 34.2. So you can see this is really the area that Collin's lagging behind everyone else in, besides Fox. But at the same time, Fox is still 3 points higher than what Collin is, so he's by far the worst at getting assists out of all these point guards in the one and done fast twitch era. So his turnover percentage is 11.3, Walls was 24, D Rose was 19.1, Fultz was 15.6, Fox was 15.8, Ball was 18.9, and Dennis Smith Jr. was 19. So as you can see, although he had one of the highest usage ratings, he had the lowest turnover percentage, which means he does a really good job of protecting the ball compared to all these other one and done point guards. And then I want to talk about that free throw rate. Collin has a 69.7 free throw rate, John Wall had 53, D Rose 47, Fultz 38.3, Fox 47.4, Ball 28.6, and Dennis Smith Jr. 47.6. So most of these guys, they really like to get to the rim, so naturally they're going to draw a lot more fouls, and their rate of getting to the free throw line is going to be higher. But Collin had the highest free throw rate of all these guys, which means he's just he's more adept at drawing fouls than guys like Wall, Rose, Fox, and Dennis Smith Jr., whose bread and butter was getting to the basket. And then we're going to talk about the three-point percentages. Collin had 42%, Wall had 32.5, D Rose 33.7, Fultz had 41.3, Ball had 41.2. And the thing about Fultz and Ball is they were bad free throw shooters in college, and Markelle Fultz's shot got a little bit broken in the NBA with the Philadelphia 76ers. But once again, that's another video for another day, and Ball's shot was just ugly and broken, and everyone knew it was pretty much going to be hard for that to translate to the NBA. Dennis Smith Jr. shot 35.9%. So as we can see, Collin is the best shooter out of all these guys, and his form is really good at the same time, so he's not going to have trouble at the next level getting that shot off. Next, I want to talk about his defense, and his defense is pretty bittersweet because he gets down in the stands, he tries to ice every screen he goes through, and he's really competitive, but he gets caught slipping off ball a lot, and the intensity isn't really there off ball. He has really good lateral quickness, and when he's engaged, he's shown ability to lock in and lock people up, and he really likes to pick up full court. He's a really competitive guy, and any team would be lucky to have a competitive guy like Collin Sexton. And my comparison for him is Russell Westbrook mixed with Eric Bledsoe, because he has the athletic ability, he has that attitude that Russell Westbrook brings to the game, to take no prisoners, I'm going 110 miles per hour, never stopping, I'm coming at you, Russell Westbrook attitude. But he has Bledsoe's overall game, and he kind of has Bledsoe's frame at the same time. So if you take Bledsoe, give him more athletic ability and more of a relentless attacking type of attitude, then that's what you're going to get with Collin Sexton. I really hope he gets drafted to a team with a lot of spacing, because that could really open up his game, and I could see him becoming an all-star in the NBA. And I don't know, Collin's my favorite player in college right now, and I really hope the best for him. And alright, bye.